So I'll do a quick Radha Madhav, then we'll have a class. Jayo Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari. Now when you all go down from here, you don't become avatar. One who comes from the spiritual world by his own will to the material world is called avatar. So Krishna often comes down. So how many such avatars are there? You heard? 10? 10 avatars? There are unlimited avatars, unlimited incarnations, can't count. 10 are popular because these 10 had a good PR department, they became popular. There are unlimited avatars. And each avatar has a mission. And the broad mission is Paritranayam Sadhunam Vinashaya Dushkrita, to protect devotees and kill demons. So there was an original demon, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Mother Diti, she became pregnant at an inauspicious time, in the Sandhya Arati time. So because of that, she gave birth to 2 sons who were demons, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They were very powerful. As soon as they were born, they used to go to gym. Became very powerful and strong. Very tall. Their body was like steel. And so much attracted to gold. And torture everybody. So Lord Vishnu came as Varaha Avatar and killed Hiranyaksha. Then Hiranyakashipu thought, I will take revenge. I will kill Vishnu and all the demigods. So he sent his associate demons to Earth planet to destroy everything. And he himself went to Mandrachal Parvat to do tapasya, to get a boon from Lord Brahma that nobody can kill him. And he did thousands of years of tapasya, standing on his toes and raising his hands, which is very difficult to do. Generally you have to do it when you are in crowded train in Singapore. But he did that for thousands of years. And then Lord Brahma got pleased. And he asked Lord Brahma the boon, I don't want to die. Nobody should kill me. Brahma said, look, I am also going to die. So I can't give you that boon. So he tried to trick Brahma. He said, okay, give me boon that I will not die in day and I will not die in night. Brahma said, okay. He said, I will not die outside, I will not die inside. Brahma said, okay. He said, I will not die with any animal or through any man. He said, okay. He said, I will not die with weapons. He said, okay. I will not die in sky, I will not die in earth. He said, okay. And Hiranyakashipu became very powerful. He thought, now nobody can kill me. And he conquered Indraloka. And from the throne of Indra, he conquered all the planets. And he became the master of almost whole universe. And he's so powerful, sitting on the throne of Indra. Most of the time his eyes would be red because he would drink so much liquor. And because he would drink so much liquor, frequently he would go to washroom. And he will go to the washroom from his throne on a palanquin, not walking. And demigods had to lift that palanquin. He used demigods as his servants to lift the palanquin when he is going to toilet. When he would, demigods would stand in front of him, Indra, Chandra, Varun, Vayu, Agni, with folded hands, always trembling in fear because he will chastise for no reason. He controlled material nature. He controlled the sun. Just like we can turn on and turn off this bulb, he will turn on and turn off sun. He will say, now I don't want sun, sun has to set. And night he will say, I want sun, sun has to rise. He will turn on and off sun. He will control moon. He will control air. He will control earth. Because of his fear, trees would give mangoes whole year. Because of his fear, trees would give more flowers and more fruits. Because of his fear, cows will give more milk. Everybody started overperforming. Earth would give more grains. Ocean will give more minerals. Everybody was so afraid of him that he controlled the whole universe. And everybody has to listen to him. He would always be angry. His senses would not be in control. And he will sit like a king and say, worship me. His most famous dialogue was, Man mana bhava, mad bhakto, madhyaji, mam namaskuru. Worship me, chant my name, pay me obeisances, receive blessings from me. And that's how he would rule. When he will move his eyebrows, demigod dhoti would become wet. So powerful, Bora Hiranyakashipu ki. Hiranyakashipu died millions of years before, but even today in Singapore we have his devotees. See what an impact he had. So for demigods he was a big headache. So they approached Lord Vishnu. Said, my dear Lord, it's a big headache for us, do something. Vishnu said, don't worry, very soon I will come and kill Hiranyakashipu, keeping the bones of Brahma intact when he tries to kill his own son Prahlad. Which father will kill his own son, 5-year-old Prahlad? But Prahlad is such a nice boy, such a pure devotee, always respectful to his superiors, very friendly to his equals, very compassionate to all other demons, very gentle and truthful, honest, clean, always in ecstasy. Just like a child in the lap of the mother doesn't know what is happening around, he's just playing. So Prahlad will always be in ecstasy, in Krishna praying. He will not know when his eating happening, when his evacuation happening, when his sleep happening, when his breathing happening. He would not know anything. He would just laugh and cry in love of Krishna. So when he was 5 years, Hiranyakashipu sent him to school of Shukracharya. And there, Shukracharya's son, Sanda and Amarka, they were teaching him. And they had many courses. They had a master in meat eating and doctorate in gambling and all such courses they had, master in illicit sex, all sinful courses they had. They would teach Prahlad. Prahlad never liked this education, but he was obedient to his teachers, so he would study, but he would never like. So one day, at the end of the term, he came home and his mother decorated him nicely and he went and paid obeisances to Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu so lovingly picked up Prahlad on his lap and he said, my dear Prahlad, tell me whatever you remember, what you learned from your teachers, you tell me. Prahlad San is making an inquiry, submissive inquiry, that what he learned he should answer. And Prahlad said, I learned the best education, the best knowledge, that the goal of life is to worship Krishna. Hiranyakashipu used to consider Krishna, Vishnu as his enemy. He became angry. He called Sanda and Amarka. He said, what are you teaching? You are teaching him about the enemy. Sanda and Amarka said, no, we are not teaching him. We are teaching him our regular syllabus. They said, how does he know them? Maybe some devotees from Gita Reading Society are coming and teaching him, you guard the gate properly and don't allow anybody. This Vaishnavas, they will come in disguise and spoil the children. They said, okay. So they again took Prahlad in the school and they told him, my dear Prahlad, tell us the name of that traitor who came in the school and taught you this knowledge. Tell us his name. He is our enemy. And Prahlad was surprised. He said, you both are Brahmanas and you talk about friend and enemy? For me there is no friend, no enemy, and nobody taught me. I am naturally getting attracted to Vishnu. I naturally have bhakti for Vishnu. So again, next term they started teaching him their syllabus and he passed out with good marks. So they thought now he is rectified. Now he is a good demon. He got spoiled by becoming a devotee, but now he is a demon, so all good. They again sent him to palace. Again he went to Hiranyakashipu, his father, and paid obeisances. Hiranyakashipu picked him on his lap, embraced him, kissed him, and smelled his head. And he said, my dear Prahlad, tell me the best thing you have learned. And Prahlad says, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Chanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. These are the 9 ways to do bhakti, and we should do bhakti and go to the forest, go to Vrindavan and do bhakti there. Hiranyakashipu got so angry, he threw Prahlad on the ground. He said, who has spoiled this boy? He called Sanda and Amalika. He said, what are you doing? I told you, guard your